My name is Michael Rappaport, and you are watching Week 5 of the Big 3. We are live in Miami. As you can see, I'm rocking the Gallo Beira I got from Ramon Puig shop in Little Havana. They call me Mr. Unprecedented Access. That's because I have unprecedented access to everything regarding the Big 3. First, I want to talk to Jermaine O'Neal about his watch. Jermaine, if you will. I'm here with Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine, this watch, I don't want to talk hoops with you. What is this puppy right here?
It's my guy Jason. It's a Dumas. He specializes in floating diamonds or something. But I'm a watch guy, so I collect a lot of different watches, and this is a unique one.
Now, why aren't you playing, Jermaine? Were you unhealthy? You got a watch on? This looks like you could throw your back out.
Now, you remember I tweaked my shoulder a little bit. I got an AC joint sprain, but I should be back in another week.
Okay, because your team is aiming for the championship.
We gonna get there.
All right, Jermaine O'Neal here.
We gonna win it.
All right, where's Rashad McCantz's crown? Unprecedented access. Unprecedented access. Ivan the Terrible. Ivan, you're back. Your team is 0-4. You're here. You haven't been on the team. You haven't played all season. What are you going to do to bring your team from the depths of the Florida swamps?
I'm just trying to be a help, man. I'm just extra screens, extra rebounds, do all the dirty work. Get on the floor.
Let's get nasty. Let's get dirty. Let's sweat it up. I have unprecedented access. David Hawkins, your team is 3-1. You took your first loss last week. What are you going to do to prevent your team from sliding downhill in Miami?
Well, the start of the game is going to be real important. We had a bad taste in our mouth all week about that loss, so I'm sure the team is ready to come out there and make sure we get that, do what it takes to get this win.
All right, Hawk, let's do it. Let's get out there and do your thing. I have unprecedented access, all things Big 3. Bonzi Wells looks like he's getting ready to play. What's with the head wrap, Bonzi?
Well, we won our first 3 games when I had the hair wrap on, so I'm a very superstitious person, so we need this win.
Okay, Miami Beach. You guys took a loss last week. You've been down here in Miami. Me personally, I've been walking around in a Speedo since we left Detroit. Are you focused? Are you ready to take this win tonight?
I'm definitely focused. It's business now. We had enough fun in South Beach. Now it's time for business. We can have fun later on.
Fun later on. Bonzi Wells. They call me Mr. Unprecedented Access. I have nothing but unprecedented access. I'm walking around the arena. You see, I walk around free. Free as a bird. Free as a bird. I got unprecedented. Nate's a big-time movie star. That's Nate Robinson, former slam dunk champion and movie star. Nate Robinson. Nate. Unprecedented access. All right, your team is 3-1. We're in Miami Beach. Okay, you got ejected last week. Why did you get ejected? What's the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter with me. I'm too passionate about my game, my team, and the way the fouls are being called. I'm a little guy, so I don't get that many calls. They think I'm flopping or something. So today I won't be crying about no calls. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna just hoop.
Miami Beach. Okay, are you focused and ready to play?
Of course. Got my family here, a couple friends. Yeah, I'm ready to go, always.
All right, Miami Beach, Nate Robinson, good luck.
After the game, baby, after the game, we go.
After the game, it's the after party. All right, listen, I did it. I told you I had unprecedented access. I could sit out on the floor and I could tell you right now, Jimmy Jackson, Brian, unprecedented access. Where are you guys sitting?
Well, we're sitting courtside, and we are in Miami with Michael Rappaport. Welcome to Week 5 of the Big 3 live here on Facebook. Is our first game of the night. One of the best teams in the league, Tri-State, 3-1, taking on the Ghost Ballers. Let's take a look at the updated standings. We have just one unbeaten team. It's the three-headed Monsters. You'll see them later on tonight. But Tri-State in second place, second best team in the league. Ghost Ballers at the bottom. Hello, everyone. Brian Custer alongside my partner, the All-American Jim Jackson. And Jim, one of the best teams in the league, and Tri-State taking on the Ghost Ballers. And if you're the Ghost Ballers, you cannot afford another loss, because if you lose another one, your playoff chances are basically done.
Yeah, it's only 8 games to get to the playoffs. You're 0-4 right now if you're the Ghost Ballers. You've been in a lot of close games, lost by 5 to Power. Haven't been able to get over the top. Is this the game right now that they can get in Miami that can propel maybe a run to get themselves in a position to compete for a playoff, because if not, it's going to be over for them. And Tri-State, like Nate Robinson said, they should be 4-0. And in his mind, can they recover, just come back in, play the kind of game they want? Nate has to be on the court.
Well, let's take a look at the rosters of both of these squads here. In Tri-State, led by Dr. J, the Hall of Famer. Jermaine O'Neal, you heard him say he's out with a shoulder injury. He's hoping to come back next week. But Amari Stoudemire, Nate Robinson, David Hawkins, who has just been phenomenal for them. Bonzi Wells played for the first time last week, and Robert Height. And the Ghost Ballers, well, Mike Bibby's out, but led by Ricky Davis, Carlos Boozer, Marcus Banks, and Mario West. And Ivan Johnson has joined the squad. They've put Lee Nalon back into the draft pool. The Hall of Famer, Dr. J, and let me tell you something, his swag is on 100. Look at that jacket, Jim Jack.
Cleaner than the Board of Health.
My goodness. And the Iceman, George Gervin, he leads this Ghost Baller squad 0-4, looking for their first victory in the Big Three this season. That's Robert Height, Carlos Boozer. This one should be interesting. Tri-State, they said they want to keep pace with the three-headed monsters. Ghost Ballers, they need a win. Otherwise, the playoff hopes for them go right out the window.
Well, here's the issue, too, is like when you're 0-4, you've been close so many times, but you haven't been able to get over the hump. What's the formula? What's going to be the difference in this game tonight that allows him not only to stay within shouting distance of Tri-State, but actually pull something out when it's close? Because his team has been down there down the stretch of the games, but haven't been able to figure out how to close it out and secure that first W.
And here's Ricky Davis, a former Miami Heat. Threw it away. David Hawkins lays it in for the first two of the game.
Well, you kind of see the game plan early on with Ricky and Carlos Boozer. Side pick and roll. That time, Ricky just tried to sneak a pass in, and it didn't work, but that pick and roll did work successfully. Just weren't able to finish that time for Boozer.
And here's Tri-State, the corner. Hawk hits that back rim. Amari Stoudemire, another former Miami Heat. In the lane, serving up Carlos Boozer.
And I like this lineup here with Height and Hawkins, quickness, power. Then you balance it out with Amari Stoudemire, who can catch and shoot, and also finish inside like we saw on the post right there.
Banks between the legs to Carlos Boozer. Nothing but net. 4-2 to your score. First team to 25. We go to the half. Here's Robert Height. Turn around. Air ball. Boozer. He can lay it back up in. Double pumps. Misses.
Damn. Boom. Come on, Bull. Leave the finesse alone, man.
Here's Height.
Go by him. Go by him. Yeah, right. Go by him.
Banks.
Oh, sir.
Rejected by Amari Stoudemire. And there's Ricky Davis. Knocks in the jumper.
Well, you know, it was good defense. It was two plays Amari made. On the air ball, Carlos Boozer would seem to have a layup, but he hustled in to take it away. Then the block shot, unfortunately, it bounced over to Ricky Davis, able to get a wide open jump shot, but good defense by Amari.
Marcus Banks misses the three. And there's David Hawkins.
Come on.
There's the first foul.
You know, last week in Detroit, we saw a different Amari Stoudemire. We saw that bounce back in his legs, and you can see right here with the jump shot, and then he got beat off the dribble just a little bit, but Marcus Banks chose to go to the other side of the rim, which allowed Amari to recover and get a block shot.
Hawkins again spins, reverses and lays it in. Hawk is averaging 18 points a game. Had 15 last week. Here's a reach in. One thing that the league has done differently this week, they've added a third referee to the game to make sure that they keep an eye on that backside.
Well, before, when you had two guys on the side or one at the baseline, you were blocked out of view. See Ricky Davis right here with a jump shot on a lot of fouls or a lot of violations. So now having three, you're able to cover all angles of the court and not maybe miss as many calls or you think it's a foul because you're out of position, but now you have the sight lines to determine whether it is or not.
And you saw it work right there. Stoudemire drove. He said, hey, watch the push, and the ref was right on it.
Well, and what I love about what Jeff, Quantinence, and also Ice Cube are looking at are continual ways, you see Hawk right here with the jump shot, to improve the league. Not just on the court in regards to the players, but from an officiating perspective to make the game a little bit more manageable, but also clear up some of the physical contact that a lot of the officials couldn't see.
Boozer knocks down the jumper. We're going to talk to the commissioner, Clyde Drexler, about some of those changes. Here's Hawk in the lane. Good fake. Lays it in. David Hawkins.
Well, Hawk has the advantage once he gets that big body inside on Marcus Banks. He can just take his time and kind of pick and choose when he wants to go and exploit that matchup.
Here's Ricky Davis. Boozer, rebound, follow, no. Boozer, the leading rebounder in the league. Hawk fakes the 4-point shot. Dishes it to Amari Stoudemire.
Okay, you guys, there's a third referee. There's been a lot of talk. Guys have been complaining. It's very physical. That's what this basketball brand is called, is physical, hard-nosed basketball. I'm a dirty player. So when I played, I like to get away with anything and everything I possibly could get away with. Jack, adding the third referee, what can you not get away with anymore?
Well, a lot of times, like I talked about earlier, that bottom official, a lot of times, depending on the angle on which side the ball was on, got blocked out. So it was a lot of activities or fouls, no calls or calls that didn't seem like they were fouls, they were blocked out. So now the sight lines are a lot cleaner. You see sight lines right there with Marcus Banks getting to the basket. The two officials on the side can see the things on the perimeter. And now the baseline official has the ability to move on the baseline to be able to get better angles to call the right call.
I got it.
Here's Robert Height. To Stoudemire. He pulls it, knocks it down. Amari Stoudemire. Nate Robinson will be getting ready to check into the game, as well as Mario West for the Ghost Ball.
I got the help.
Go by him. Go by him. That's how you go by him, man. That's how you go by him.
Well, you heard the head coach, George Gervin, telling Marcus Banks, go right by him.
How easy it is.
And that's what he's saying. You know, the play before earlier, Amari was able to get the block. At that time, Marcus Banks able to get that left shoulder right by him, Amari, and then even on the recovery was able to stretch out enough to avoid the block shot but pick up the foul.
Tell him what's happening. He's open.
Here's Marcus Banks.
Rebound that.
Play this season with the Miami Heat. Knocks down the free throw. 2-point lead for Tri-State is Nate Robinson. Checks into the game. He got ejected last week. Says he will do no complaining this week as he pulls up. Knocks out his first shot.
You want to make impact right away, get the ball to Nate. Nate just comes in and looks for a shot, but it was off the pick and roll. Didn't give up his dribble. Was able to get to a sweet spot right there at the free throw line.
That shot is short. Here's Nate again for three. Boozer claims another board.
Take time now.
Ricky Davis.
There you go.
He draws the penalty in the foul on David Hawkins.
Good sub in. Sub. Give me a sub.
Mario West will check in
Come on, get a minute.
for the Ghost Ballers.
There
Ricky Davis will go to the line.
That's how you use that quick.
Shooting 1 for 2. You know, interesting thing about Ricky Davis is one of the captains here of Ghost Ballers, but every city we go to, his legacy foundation serves the homeless in the city that we're in. He's done it every week. Charles Oakley's one of the guys who cooks the food.
Well, you know, a lot of times we hear a lot of the negative reports in regards to sports and what goes on.
Yep.
And we never get the full, I'm not going to say never, but these kind of stories are not highlighted enough.
I didn't even kick it in my head.
I never kicked it kickball, but they're not highlighted enough.
No, that
And not that Ricky and Oka are looking for that credit, but credit should be given to these men who choose to help out the community. It's a beautiful thing that they're doing. Unbelievable.
Almost as beautiful as that crossover by David Hawkins. He lays it in. Tri-State now up 4. He's got 8 points. Hawks does. Ricky Davis, every city. The big 3 goes to, he serves the homeless. What his foundation is, he knocks down a 3, and he's starting to cook himself.
Yeah, he's serving up some buckets right now. But Ricky knows how important it is right now. They need to get this done.
Oh, how about the 4 by the Hawk? David Hawkins continues his run for MVP. Nate Robinson, he was looking to throw a dime.
Ricky Davis that time playing Hawk for the drive, allowing him to come to him. But David Hawkins said, you know what? You're going to leave me this open. I'm going to take this 4-pointer and make you pay. But this is real critical for Ghost Ballers. This is where they kind of lose things going into halftime a lot of times, where momentum slips away from them. You're down 5 points. Another turnover.
And Hawk, another 4. He's got 12. He's the game-high scorer. They call that foul on Mario West.
Look at it, Rap. Look at it.
I love Iceman. You can't forearm block. Here's Nate Robinson. Ball knocked out of his hand.
You got to go straight down. Is that towel?
14-second shot clock.
Hold on, ref. Hold on.
Clock's on 8.
Come on, Bonds. You got to play out, man. Bonds. Come on, play out.
Here's Robinson. Spins, pulls.
Watch back. Rick, how you feel, Rick?
Bonzi Wells will check in as Amari Stoudemire will get a rest with Dr. J's squad.
No, that's it, man. That's it. I'd rather get Marcus. I'd rather get Mario.
Here's Mario. Powers his way. Missed it.
See, and those are the plays you got an opportunity right now to close the gap. You just missed that layup, and then you commit a foul. So now, Tri-State, David Hawkins is able to get to the free throw lines. It's those little plays right there that we talk about and why it's been such a challenge for the Ghost Ballers to kind of get into that win column.
Can I get a sub?
Miss those opportunities. It may not seem like a big thing, but later in the game, those points that you don't get end up coming back to affect you.
Go by. Hey, Rick, I'm going to have to give you a minute.
David Hawkins go to the line, shooting a 1-on-1. 1 for 2.
No, they got one more.
David Hawkins now has 14 points. He is 5 of 8 from the field. We are 3 points away from the half. Nate Robinson and Hawk pulls it. Too strong.
Go by.
Marcus Banks.
Good help by Bonzi right there.
Ricky Davis.
Air
ball. Bonzi well lays it in.
Oh, good D right there.
Tri-State now just a point away from the half.
Go get Marcus. Rick for a minute.
Move the feet, put the body in front.
They go inside to Ivan Johnson. Johnson working on Bonzi Wells, lost it. And Tri-State, and David Hawkins lays it in. David Hawkins has 16, and Tri-State will go to the half with an 11-point lead.
Heads up plays, baby. Heads up plays.
David Hawkins and Tri-State continue to roll. They go into the half up 11. They go on a 12-3 run to close the half. with this Hawkins layup.
And a quick defense that time by Bonzi Wells to get another lost possession for the Ghost Ballers. And again, you got to make this move quick, because if you don't, the advantage goes to the smaller, quicker player. And that time, Hawkins able to take advantage of it.
Well, let's go on the court to Michael Rappaport.
All right, I'm here with the Hawk, David Hawkins. You're scoring at ease week after week. How much fun are you having participating in season 2 of the Big Three?
I'm having a great time. You know, winning is always fun. So I try to do what I can to help my team win. That way we can have a smile on our face all week.
All right, you guys are 3-1. 4-1 sounds better than 3-2. You feel like you're going to pull this one out?
Yeah, we did a good job in the first half, attaching the mismatches and not giving up too many easy ones. So if we continue to do that, I'm pretty sure we'll be successful.
All right, Hawk, keep doing your thing. I got to talk to the great Julius Erving. Julius Erving was a style icon in his heyday in the 60s, in the 70s, and the 80s. Doc, listen, you were an icon style-wise in the 70s and the 80s, and I feel like you were laying dormant for a little while, but you brought it back. You're in Miami. I mean, yo, you're suited and booted.
You know what? This is my old stuff, man. I just brought it back out. It's just a matter of recycling. You know, you ever heard of recycling?
I know, but you're assistant coach here, Doc. This is fantastic, and this guy here.
He got a different closet, man. He didn't have to recycle it. If he recycled his stuff, people would be running. A serious question. I don't want to make you blush. How big of a star in his days with the Sixers was Julius Erving?
Well, he was the biggest star in the NBA, you know, when I first met him. Coming in, taking my spot as a former NBA All-Star. He comes in, takes my spot. You know, what are you going to do? That's why we're buddies today.
All right, you guys are 3-1. 3-1. 4-1 sounds a lot better than 3-2. What are you guys going to do to pull us out?
Don't jinx us.
All right, 7-1 sounds a lot better.
Let us finish the game.
All right, Brian, Julius Erving is suited and booted.
Hey, the only thing you didn't say, Rap, was, what is that, velvet? Hey, 16 points out of David Hawkins in the first half.
Can we put up their most improved player in the league? I think that should be an award. We got to, you know, the MVP, but Hawk this year has just been on another level. And part of it, too, talking to David, was that the confidence that Dr. J instilled in him, saying that you're going to put the ball in your hand. We want you to go out and score the basketball, be a leader. So for Hawk, that meant a lot. You know, mentally, that Dr. J believed enough in him to bring him over to the team. Not just bring him over, but put him in a position where now he can allow his game just to grow and blossom, and he has a disappointment.
You hit it right on the head. Hey, listen, Tri-State went on a 12-3 run to close the half. Hawkins had 10 of those points. David Hawkins has played extremely well, and we've talked about it time and time again. He said he remembered the first game of the season. He thought it was going to be Jermaine O'Neal, Amari Stoudemire, and maybe Nate Robinson starting. He got the start, and he looked at Dr. J and said, you sure you want me to start? And he said, that's the reason why I drafted you.
Unbelievable. He hasn't disappointed, but this Tri-State team reinvented itself with bringing on Amari, bringing on Robert Hyde. Okay, bringing Hawk over, Nate Robinson. So a nice infusion of young, active legs, fiery competitors, with a post-up player to complement Jermaine O'Neal and Amari Stoudemire that can pick and pop, that still has a little bounce in his leg. So it's a reason why this Tri-State team is one of the favorites right now to win the championship.
Here's Marcus Banks, driving, misses. First team to 50, wins it. Got to win by 2. Here's Hawkins, steps back, dances, spins, the kick out to Robert Hyde. That's 3, money.
And Marcus Banks that time. Ricky Davis had Hawk under control, but because Banks tried to come up from the backside and try to get a steal, he just left it wide open. Robert Hyde, and Hawk did a great job of finding it.
And David Hawkins in trouble. Not only third in the league in scoring, but leads the league in assists, and you just saw one there.
Move.
Here's Ricky Davis.
Move.
Working on Hawkins. Kicks it out to Carlos Boozer. That shot's off.
Take your time. Cut.
Marcus Banks. Boozer again. Stoudemire, they're going to ride the hot hand of David Hawkins. And Marcus Banks can only grab him.
Oh, once again, a beautiful move, but think about this in the first half. You see Hawk on the post. The key is getting to the basket. 26 points they had in the first half. 16 were in the paint. So it was a really good combination of using the paint to suck into defense to be able to create jump shots, whereas the Ghost Ballers had opportunities to score in the paint, but they didn't and weren't able to convert on those opportunities.
Here's Stoudemire. Steps on that inbound line. He just points to the ref.
Oh, man. Slow motion.
Because the violation, he stepped out. Like slow motion.
There's Marcus Banks. Boozer knocks down that jump.
But you know what I like about that play? It was quick. Quick pick and pop. Booz didn't hesitate. Now you get a basket again. Ghost Ballers get consecutive defensive stops. That's the way you're going to get back in this game.
There's Amari Stoudemire draws the foul on Carlos Boozer. Push.
You're going to foul him every time.
Here's Robert Height. Step back. Marcus Banks spinning. Boozer. That's short.
I hate to be playing with him.
Here's Hawkins. Step back. I want to kiss myself. David Hawkins.
I'll tell you something. As a player, when you have that comfort, stability, okay, it's like you can do pretty much anything you want. That time, Marcus Banks wasn't going to give up the drive, so Hawk just played with it a little bit, step back in rhythm, knocking down another three.
17-point lead for Tri-State. Let's go to Michael Rappaport.
Hey, you guys, we've seen David Hawkins score effortlessly week after week after week. Jack, Brian, your opinion, what is the difference between David Hawkins playing in the NBA and not? Because when we look at him out here, I'm like, this guy should be playing in the NBA. He's a scoring machine week after week. Can you break that down, like that little minute difference?
Probably at the time when he was playing, a little undersized for a three position at that time, which now is a lot different because you're switching everything and you're not really playing the position. But that was the issue because he was a two guard or three, and he was a tweener at the time. He could score the basketball, but then again, teams had to figure out, okay, if we get Hawk on our team, where do we play him? Who does he guard? And that was, you know, early in his career. But now, as you know, Mike, every position is interchangeable in the NBA right now.
Absolutely.
And there's Hawk. He lays it in, and he's now got 21. He won a championship in Europe, won titles in Italy and Turkey.
And some people's path, no matter how talented they are, sometimes you just don't get the right look, the right break to be able to keep a foothold if they get in the NBA. And their path may be going overseas, which is not a bad path. That's just your path, and you have to embrace that.
Oh, they went for the alley-oop to Stoudemire, but he lays it in anyway. Talking about somebody in the league, Stoudemire is another guy who says he intends to be on an NBA roster.
Well, I love it. It'd be great for our league, too, to be able to get another player, as we did last year, to be able to get one more player. And Amari, you know, the challenge with Amari would be on the defensive end guarding, you know, now the more mobile fours, you know, in the league.
Robinson almost. He draws the foul. Get Jermaine O'Neal.
Come on,
He had to smile at that one.
Come on, Bulls, get a break, Bulls.
Look, so tough.
Get a break.
Set that spin move all the way up and his center of gravity is so low, he's able to get up underneath Carlos Boozer right here. And see those football hands right there.
Absolutely. Played at the University of Washington. Rap, I understand you got a Facebook question.
I got tons of Facebook questions. Evan asked, are the Ghost Ballers going to get their first win tonight? Listen, they got to step it up. They got to step it up. Nobody wants to be 0-5. Kevin asked, Michael Rappaport, how many 4-pointers can I make? How many can I make out of 10? I'm going to tell you, I could probably make just as many as Jimmy Jackson, who's eyeballing me. Nick said, who's your favorite team in the Big Three to watch so far? Nick, I love them all. I have to say that Tri-State's been exciting. They bring a lot of energy. And finally, Jordan said, do the three-headed monsters have a shot to go undefeated? Absolutely. They gotta come together and keep doing their thing. But right now, they are rocking and rolling. Fellas, what do you think?
Well, I want to go back to that 4-point shot. I mean,
yeah, what about
it had nothing to do with me. They asked you a question, but you want to bring me into it.
I just said if I needed to.
No, you didn't say that. You didn't say if you needed to.
Okay, I paraphrased if I needed to. Get in a 4-point shootout with Jimmy Jackson today with his shirt, with his jacket on, I could beat him.
You didn't say that.
No, but I paraphrased it. I'm trying to save time for the air, but the paraphrase was understood. It was in my tone. Like, if people understood it at home, they understood it. I don't know what went over your head, but somehow or another, the innuendo was there. You're the only one who didn't pick up on that.
I got it. Answer the question.
There's Ricky Davis.
Innuendos.
And Ricky Davis is getting hot here. He's now got 15. They cut the lead to 13. Tri-State 10 points away from victory. Got to win by 2 in this league.
Yeah, but again, I mean, you kind of trading baskets. You're not getting the stops enough, multiple stops to cut into the lead while you score. Maybe at a three-point play. Tri-State is able to come right back and get their own basket, so you never make up the difference.
We need offense. Let's go,
guy, man. That's my guy, Jeff.
Focus, Nate. Focus.
We got 4 fouls, all right?
Now the lead is just 12. Ricky Davis has 16.
There you go.
Garden Hawkins leads, knocks it down. David Hawkins in the lane, serving up meals.
Well, that's good defense, too. I mean, but again, when you have that confidence, it seems like anything that you put up, Brian, is going in. And Hawk was able to get to his spot. It was good defense, but better oath.
He's got 23. He's 9 of 15 from the field. Here's Ivan Johnson left wide open.
Delay a game.
Lead is 12. Nate Robinson. Fonzie Wells with the pick.
Look at that. How many is that?
Go back to that play. Good defense. Ricky Davis was able to cut him off, but Hawk got so deep in the paint, even with that fadeaway, he was still only about,
we get it back, don't we?
7 feet from the basket. So the key is not allowing, which is tough, Hawk to get that close to the basket. Again, easier said than done.
Let's knock it in.
Here's Mario West. Knocks down that free throw.
We got it back.
10-point lead for the Ghost Ballers, or for Tri-State. But the Ghost Ballers have the ball back, trying to get to single digits. And here's the travel. Rap, what do you got for us?
I got a bunch of Facebook Live questions. Leo said, what other awards should the Big Three give out? Best trash talkers, who would win? I have to say Steven Jackson is consistently the loudest guy on the court. Jamal said, who's a sleeper team to win it all? Power, I think, is a good chance. Ben asked me, what's my favorite Ice Cube song? That's like picking a favorite child. I'll have to say Jackin' for Beats. I'll throw this to you guys. Someone said, who else do we want to see in the Big Three? Peja Stojakovic, Reggie Miller's like 75 years old. I don't think he can launch any fours. But guys, realistically, who do you think and who would you like to see that could realistically participate in the Big Three?
Man, there's so many players I think that can benefit. Now, again, as if these guys still have the motivation. Of course, we'd love to see Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? We'd love to see Tim Duncan, the guys that have kind of just left the league. Paul Pierce, because they add so much value from a star perspective, but just being able to see them on the court would be phenomenal. Whenever Dirk decides to retire, I think he would be awesome in this league. You know what I mean?
I feel like Dirk Nowitzki is already sort of playing Big Three basketball. I mean, I love Dirk.
Robinson
I love
knocking
it.
down the three. You talking about extending your career, though? Dirk has figured out how to extend it a lot more. But who would have thought when he came in the league that Dirk Nowitzki would be who he was? Unbelievable.
Mario West with the drive. He'll go to the line as Tri-State now just 3 points away from victory.
In the hole, real.
Dr. J's squad looking to go 4-1.
You know, one of the questions, too, that was brought to Mike was sleeper team. And that power team, to me, and I agree with Mike on this, they have all the components because of Maggette and Coutinho in the backcourt. Big Baby Davis kind of manning up a little bit more down low. The energy, defensive prowess of Chris Anderson.
Mario West. No. David Hawkins. Yes. Tri-State 1 point away from victory. Hawkins now with 25. Ricky Davis misses. Hawkins pulls the board. And here comes point game for Tri-State.
No foul.
It's going to be all Hawk. 5 on the shot clock. Spins. Kicks out the Bonzi Wells. Misses the jumper.
Everything was there except the made basket.
Stepped out of bounds. That's good work, Dave. Good look. Good look.
They say Ricky Davis stepped out of bounds. David Hawkins has 25. He's 10 of 16 from the field. Here's Nate Robinson. The alley-oop to Nate! And they couldn't complete it. West missed the floater.
What's that? Straight on.
Here's Ricky.
Quick.
And Nate. Short.
Come on, y'all.
Inside, Nate Robinson will pull it back out. Spins. Nate in the air. No! And Ricky Davis draws the foul on Bonzi Wells.
A lot of highlight shots and plays by Nate Robinson. Not able to convert, but I'm going to give him 8s and 9s on the effort there.
Ricky Davis now. Knocks down the free throws. Ricky Davis. Misses that jumper.
Come get it.
Here's Ricky. From Steph Curry range, knocks it down. It's a 4-point shot. And Ricky Davis has got 22. Lead is 9. Here's Hawk. And the Ghost Ballers stay alive. Ivan Johnson. They say no basket.
Timeout. Timeout. Timeout.
Let's bring in Michael Rappaport. What do you got for us, Rapp?
Well, I'm wearing a custom shirt that I got in Little Havana, a Gallo Beta. It's got 4 pockets. I look fantastic. I greet you guys every week. I say, oh, nice suit, Brian. Oh, nice suit, Jimmy. I sat there and I talked to the iconic Dr. J. Talked about how great he looked. not one of you guys has mentioned my shirt. And I have a feeling and understanding of what it is. Jealousy and envy is something, it's not a good look. And I feel like you guys are above it, but I see tonight you're just not there yet, huh?
Hey, Mike, can I tell you something?
What?
You look nice in that shirt.
You really do.
I'm not fishing for compliments, homie. That wasn't fishing for compliments.
You just said it.
No, if you don't do it on your own, you just don't do it. And this is the kind of get-up right here. This is custom, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just anger. Like, you're looking at me, and I see the anger in your eyes because you don't look as good as I look tonight. That's it.
Unprecedented access we get with Michael Rappaport.
Yes.
9-point lead.
Wake up.
Ghost Ballers on an 8-2 run. Here's David Hawkins. The assist. Drop off to Murray Stoudemire for the game winner. Tri-State now 4-1. And Amari Stoudemire and Ivan Johnson got a few words for one another.
What's wrong with you, bro? You push me. You ain't gonna try to fix him, nigga? Sit on the fucking man jump without here.
Boy, things getting a little chippy.
Well, the attempted steal right here by Ricky Davis just set everything up, and on the backside it was basically a 2-on-1, so everything that the Ghost Ballers wanted to do defensively went out the door. And how about the pass and finish inside? But microcosm of what we've seen from the Ghost Ballers. Early on kind of compete, but then they lose it by not converting, turning the ball over, giving their opponents opportunities. And Dr. J says, after the timeout, we finally finished the game the way we should have. Stop taking jump shots. Let's get back to the basket.
So Tri-State wins at 51-40. They're now 4-1. Let's go on the court. Here's Michael Rappaport.
I'm here with Amari Stoudemire. You get a little chippy at the end of the game there. What happened, Amari?
I went for the basket. I scored the game. I stepped on his foot by accident, and he gave me a push.
All right, we move on. How does it feel for you to be back in Miami playing ball at the Big Three?
It feels great, man. To be honest with you, these fans have been supporting me since I was in high school here in Florida. And so to play for Miami Heat and then now to be back with the Big Three playing here feels amazing.
Well, you look fantastic. Congratulations on another win. The Tri-State team is now 4-1. Enjoy yourself. You're in your home state.
Absolutely, man. Let's have a good time.
Amari Stoudemire, he's looking lean and mean, man. I mean, looking fantastic. He's looking good, man, but look at me.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't have a custom shirt on.
He took his custom shirt off.
Yeah, you know what, Mike? You looking mean. I don't know about the lean part.
What do you mean? No, it's lean and mean.
No, you looking mean.
No, but the way people say it is, Mike, you're looking lean and mean.
Mike, you looking mean.
Wow.
51-40. That's the win for Tri-State. They're 4-1. Don't forget, we will see you at the top of the hour on FS1. 3 games on the slate. It's the Big Three. We're in Miami. We'll see you on FS1 at 8 p.m. Eastern.